Virtual focus groups. Tactical guide for conducting targeted pre-trial research on cases 6 months or more. The need for pre-trial research. Go deeper than basic demographic criteria for juror selection. Frame your case and evaluate themes ahead of time, testing them out on real, virtual mock jurors. Accurately forecast expected compensation to improve settlement negotiations. Get from your supplemental juror questionnaires, SJQs. Ask more predictive questions beyond the standard SJQs questions. Complement your experience and instinct with empirical science approaches by applying intuition, authority, and tradition type questions. Craft and ask questions in voir dire that better predict jurors' decisions. Know what is true before exploring why it's true. The importance of surveying a large community sample before conducting face-to-face focus groups. Focus groups have many purposes and come in many forms, cite blogs. However, they are limited to a small number of community members and are less generalizable than larger community surveys. Large, virtual focus groups have many benefits, including representing the demographics of your venue. At the early discovery stage, larger samples provide more information. Smaller focus groups are good for in-depth analysis to examine the key themes discovered in the larger virtual focus group. Best practices not found in typical law focus groups. As discussed by Riles D. Stone and other trail researchers, there are best practices for conducting focus groups that are often ignored in most cases. Two of the most important best practices are using multiple types of samples and properly screening the participants. Multiple types of samples mean using multiple, well-screened focus groups that allow attorneys to get the viewpoints of specific types of jurors, such as conservative jurors, liberal jurors, and a mixture of the two. However, this does not mean that large quantities of focus groups are needed. A recent study by Guest and colleagues show that only 3 focus groups can result in upwards of 80% of the total information from the respondents. A small number of well-screened focus groups is more cost-effective than a large number of lower-quality focus groups, and leads to more accurate findings. Screening. Properly screening the participants means making sure they are reliable, provide valid responses, and are the representative of the specific population of interest. The respondents need to be gathered from the specific population the case is occurring in. General population samples from online sources such as Amazon online task workers are not representative of the specific population of interest. Kimball. These are very limited in that it can only filter respondents by state and not county. Its sample have been found to lack older adults, Kimball, and its respondents have been found to have weaker performance in the law research, Robertson. The screening measures for these participants need to be well written and gather both qualitative and quantitative information. These types of screening measures need to be developed by professional behavioral scientists to ensure the validity and reliability of the content being measured. Would you rather trust the outcome of your case to a single, young audience demographic being representative, or your jurors, or an audience screened by professional behavioral scientists? Additionally, focus groups work best in informal settings. Respondents are more likely to give their true opinions in a more relaxed setting of an informal focus group. Otherwise, you risk suppressing biases and experience behavior such as the bandwagon effect, where individuals follow the opinions and actions of others, or the courtesy bias, where individuals suppress their opinion to adopt a more acceptable one in the specific situation, and other biases like these. Because they minimize these distorting effects, virtual meetings are the ideal form for this research. Ultimately, creating focus groups is intricate and difficult. Constructing these groups becomes exponentially harder when following the field's best practices. This is where our focus group department can be of great assistance. We combine years of human expertise with validated scientific methods to craft cost-effective, high-quality virtual focus groups. Representative sample. To create the best surrogate juror pool, jurors must be screened and selected efficiently. Stone. We can recruit a large number of potential surrogate jurors and properly screen them as to make sure: 1. There are only high-quality jurors. 2. There are no repeat participants. 3. All jurors are jury-ready, for example, eligible to vote. not a felon, etc. And 4. There will be backup jurors to ensure the number of jurors in each group is consistent. Group dynamics change depending on the size of the mock jury/focus group, therefore the number of participants must be consistent to avoid errors from different group sizes. Do not rely on people recruited from Craigslist or an unemployment agency or Amazon online task workers. They are much less likely to represent community members in your jurisdiction. As a result, focus groups based on these audiences may not only be useless, they may be counterproductive. You may frame your case on focus group opinions that actually contradict the opinions of the community's actual juror pool. Demographic profile. Proper screening of participants for qualifications should match the demographics of our mock/focus group pool with those of your case's county jurisdiction. Census. Voters? We make sure the group is diverse and that a wide range of individuals can respond to the questioning, which results in higher quality responses and more accurate predictions. Recruiting participants from typical sources like Craigslist and unemployment agencies are likely to result in a skewed sample as age, substance abuse, lacking racial diversity could become an issue. Additionally, these types of participants tend to be too experienced in these types of focus groups, which lead to results that do not generalize to the inexperienced nature of real-life jury members. The true sampling methods have to be a greater reach to select a group that represents your venue as well as provides high-quality responses to all the cases-related questions. Personality and unconscious biases. Through our research, we are able to gain information that in-person focus groups, conducted by law firms, are unable to get. We record all participants' videos during their virtual live focus group. We then use machine learning technology scale to analyze the video to examine facial expressions of emotion including happiness, sadness, anger, fear, worry, surprise, disgust, and contempt. We can pinpoint exactly what topic, question, or theme elicits emotion from the participant. This is invaluable to informing you of how to present your case data to maximize jurors' favorability toward your client. In addition to video recording each juror during the live virtual focus group, we also record a transcript of the discussion. We then analyze the conversations with linguistic analysis, which provides a more in-depth insight into what jurors are feeling and thinking while they are discussing the case. The linguistic analysis provides information on emotions, motivations, and cognitive processes, providing far more information than what is stated on the surface.